The much-anticipated grand commissioning of the multi-billion-dollar Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemical Free Zone Establishment Project at Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos, took place on Monday, the 22nd of May 2023. When it becomes operational, the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemical Free Zone Establishment Project will produce 650,000 barrels of petroleum products per day and 900,000 tons per annum of polypropylene products. Located in Ibeju-Lekki area of Lagos, the Dangote Refinery covers a land area of 2,635 hectares. Dangote Refinery is powered by a 435 megawatt power plant and has the world's largest single-train 650,000 barrels per day petroleum refinery with 900 KTPA polypropylene plants. Dangote Petroleum Refinery can meet 100% of Nigeria's requirement for all refined products: gasoline, 53 million liters per day; diesel, 34 million liters per day; kerosene, 10 million liters per day; and aviation jet fuel, 2 million liters per day, with surplus of these products for export. Dangote is one of the few companies in the world executing a petroleum refinery and the petrochemical complex directly as an engineering, procurement, and construction contractor. Globally, apart from 3 companies, no individual owner has done the complete EPC contract for a petroleum refinery. The Dangote Refinery plant is a legacy project that will see Nigeria netting $21 billion per annum. There is training of 900 young engineers in refinery operations outside Nigeria. Another 6 mechanical engineers trained in GE University in Italy, 50 process engineers trained by Honeywell UOP, and 50 management trainees. The event was graced by dignitaries from within and across Africa. The chief host and man of the moment, Nigeria's gift to the world of business and Africa's richest man, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON. President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the special guest of honor, was accompanied by the President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, President Faure Gnassingbé of the Republic of Togo, President of Senegal, His Excellency Macky Sall, President Mohamed Bazoum of the Republic of Niger. The President-elect of Nigeria, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was represented by Senator Kashim Shettima, the Vice President-elect. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State led the Legion of Governors from the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. The National Chairman of the APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, and the Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan. There were also former governors of Ogun State, Chief Segun Oshoba, Otumba Gbenga Daniel, former governor of Edo State, and former national chairman of the APC, Comrade Adams Oshomole. The ministers include Dr. Olorunimbe Mamora, Otumba Niyi Adebayo, Hajia Bola Shagaya, Mr. Femi Otedola, Mr. Jim Ovia, Mr. Wale Tinubu, Chief Pius Akinyelure, Alhaji Razak Okoya and wife, Chief Mrs. Folashade Okoya, Justice George Adeshola Oguntade, Mr. John Momo and wife, Shola, Prince Nduka Baigbena, Senator Ben Murray Bruce, Prince Bisi Olatilo. Also there to honor Alhaji Aliko Dangote were traditional rulers like the Oni of Ife, Oni Adeyeye Nito Ogunze, the Alaki of Igbaland, Oba Aderotun Ademugbadebo, the Olu of Warri, Atunashe III, among many others. The opening prayer for the event was taken by Alhaji Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. In the remarks of Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON, the unstoppable visionary who looked overwhelmed with joy, he thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for his unprecedented support, which encouraged him to be able to pull the multi-billion-dollar project through.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Dangote Petroleum Refinery we're here to commission this morning is in fulfillment of our long-held dream and the product of Dangote Group's corporate vision, driven by our mission to produce what we consume and promote self-sufficiency in the basic needs of our people while competing globally in areas of our comparative and competitive advantage. Over 2 decades ago, we made the commitment to invest in the downstream petroleum sector in response to the increasing shortages of petroleum products in our country and the consequent challenges on our economy and its negative impact on the lives and livelihoods of our people. This motivated us to rethink our market entry strategy and our business model. We subsequently committed to enter the market boldly with a vision to invest in a greenfield refinery that will transform the industry in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. And that is why we went for the biggest refinery ever built in the world.
The Dangote Refinery, located in Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos, is about 3 times the size of the whole of Victoria Island in Lagos. The Dangote site can house about 33,000 persons. Alhaji Aliko Dangote explained further that what kept motivating him was the need for us in Nigeria to produce what we need locally and export for extra revenue.
We have built a refinery with a capacity of 650,000 barrels per day of crude oil, plus 900,000 metric tons of polypropylene in a single train, which is the largest built ever. We have selected the best plants and equipment and the latest technology from across the world. Our product slate is designed to meet the highest quality standards of the high-value products, including premium motor spirit, PMS, automotive gas, oil, diesel, aviation fuel, kerosene, ATK, all of Euro 5 standards that will enable us to meet not only to meet our country's demand, but also to become a key player in the African and the global market.
Over 30,000 Nigerians and nationals of other countries embarked on the game-changing multi-billion-dollar Dangote world-class legacy project. The Dangote Refinery will provide over 100,000 jobs. Employments of professionals from different cadre will receive a very big boost with the construction of the Dangote Refinery. There were goodwill messages by the Managing Director of the NNPC Limited, Engineer Mele Kyari, the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, and the visiting presidents.
This extraordinary facility that we see here today is not standing on a reinforced concrete and steel platforms only, but also on the enabling business environment that the government of our country continue to provide, and we are most grateful for this. The reforms that we have undertaken in Nigeria's petroleum industry under the informed leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari were built around a clear set of principles that anticipate the tremendous changes that will take place in the international energy market in the decades to come. As always intended, we are committed to continue to add value here at home from the extractive industries in order to maximize benefits and value to all Nigerians. The NNPC Limited will continue to support investment in domestic refining to satisfy growing demands for refined petroleum products in both local and regional markets, as against simply exporting unprocessed crude to diminishing markets overseas.
Over the last 8 years, your far-reaching vision and deep knowledge has also been instrumental in the tremendous growth of the construction phase of this refinery, for which we are here today. Mr. President, today, your name goes into our annals of history as you yet again commission the biggest single train refinery in the world in Nigeria. Your Excellencies, as you all are aware, this complex comprises a refinery, a petrochemical plant, a urea and fertilizer plant, and a subsea pipeline project. This petrochemical facility has a capacity to produce 900,000 metric tons of polypropylene per annum, while urea will be able to produce 3 million metric tons urea annually. Its flagship project, for which we are here today, the Dangote Refinery, which has the capacity to produce 650,000 barrels of crude per day, is the largest single train in the world.
Alhaji Aliko Dangote. A lot of people have described you differently, but indeed, it's clear that your single-mindedness, your sole conviction that things can be different, is unparalleled. And we have demonstrated and we have seen it, because I have also come here a couple of times, and each time it's always a wow. We're indeed truly proud that you have put Nigeria and indeed Africa on that world map, in which you have done the very first that nobody, history will want to come and meet it up. And we're proud of your belief in your country, your belief in the youth that you are given opportunity to. And we're proud of the fact that you are a Nigerian that is completely detribalized, and you have imbibed in many ways than possible. I want to thank you and thank you again.
I've said it before, that when we think of West Africa and Africa before our individual countries, we're not just being Pan-Africanists, we're being true nationalists. Because what makes West Africa, and indeed Africa, better will make each of our individual countries better and more prosperous. This spectacular project, the Dangote Refinery and Petrochemical Complex, does exactly that, makes West Africa better and stronger. And I congratulate this distinguished, patriotic son of Africa for the sheer brilliance of this initiative.
Thank you, dear Aliko Dangote, for your kind invitation to this historic ceremony marking the commissioning of one of the largest petroleum refineries and petrochemical products in the world. Congratulations. With our new prospect for oil and gas production, the Dangote Group and all Nigerian companies are always welcome in Senegal. In conclusion, I would like to warmly congratulate you and wish every success to your refinery, which is our common pride. I thank you.
The Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima, also congratulated the giant strides of Alhaji Aliko Dangote.
And acknowledge and commend the government and people of Lagos State for creating the enabling environment for this project to come to fruition. I wish to once again congratulate the Aliko Dangote Group for this gigantic project, and also use this opportunity to assure that the incoming administration will do whatever possible to upscale and sustain the tempo of this project. I wish to once again thank you. And lastly, Africa is not all about the crisis in Sudan. Africa is not all about poverty, deprivation, and destitute. Africa is not all about insecurity. I hope the CNN, the BBCs, and the Sky News of this world will be around to give maximum coverage to this function. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all.
President Muhammadu Buhari, in his remarks, congratulated Alhaji Aliko Dangote for his efforts to change the story of Nigeria from a consuming to a producing economy, and praised him as an iconic industrialist that should be emulated by all for the continued progress and development of Nigeria.
Let me therefore congratulate Chairman, the board and management of the Dangote Group for achieving this remarkable feat. Thank you sincerely for the invitation. I am informed that this complex has the capacity to process 650,000 barrels a day of crude, which will enable our country to achieve self-sufficiency in refined products and even have some surplus for export. This clearly makes this event a notable milestone for our economy and a game changer for the downstream petroleum products market, not only in Nigeria, but the entire African continent. I am aware that this is not the first time the Dangote Group, under Alhaji Aliko Dangote's leadership, is putting Nigeria on the global map through his bold, visionary, and courageous investments in key industries. I am confident that my successor, His Excellency Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will sustain the improvement in our economic and business environment and strengthen the framework of our public partnership policies to accelerate the pace of our economic growth and development. I am happy to leave our economy in very competent hands.
The event ended afterwards. BISCON Communications congratulates the unstoppable visionary, Africa's richest man, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, on his continuous game-changing strides, which have kept Nigeria steadily on the world map for all the good reasons.